Learning to understand English in real life can feel difficult, even for students who have studied for many years. Many learners know grammar rules and can write sentences correctly, but when they listen to real people speaking English, everything sounds fast and confusing. The reason is simple. Most learners train their eyes, not their ears. They focus on reading and writing, but they do not spend enough time listening and connecting sounds with meaning. Today you will learn 4 powerful steps that can help you understand English faster in real-life situations. These steps are simple, practical, and proven to work if you use them regularly. By the end of this lesson, you will know how to listen with confidence and how to connect classroom English with real-world English. The first step is to train your ears, not just your eyes. Imagine a baby learning its first language. A baby does not read grammar books or write vocabulary lists. It listens every day, for hours, before saying a single word. It listens to voices, sounds, and rhythms. Over time, the baby's brain learns to recognize patterns and connect sounds to meaning naturally. You can do the same with English. Listening should be a daily habit, just like brushing your teeth. It does not need to be long, even 10 or 15 minutes a day can change your listening ability completely. Choose something that interests you, such as a short podcast, a short story, or a video about your favorite topic. In the beginning, you do not have to understand everything. The goal is to get used to the sound of English. Listen for tone, rhythm, and emotion. Focus on how words connect together. For example, instead of saying, want to, native speakers often say, wanna. Instead of, going to, they say, gonna. These connected forms appear in almost every conversation. When you listen for the first time, you will understand a few words. The second time, you will notice more. After repeating the same recording several times, your brain will begin to predict what comes next. You will stop translating word by word and start understanding ideas automatically. This is what real listening practice means. Repetition is your best teacher. The second step is to learn phrases, not single words. Many learners believe that vocabulary means individual words, but real communication depends on phrases and expressions. For example, if you know the words, take, care, and, of, it does not mean you will quickly understand, take care of yourself. The meaning comes from the phrase, not from each separate word. Native speakers use ready-made groups of words all the time. Start collecting phrases you hear in conversations, movies, or shows. When you hear, "What have you been up to?" understand that it means, "How have you been recently?" When someone says, "I'm running late," it means, "I will arrive later than expected." When you learn, "It's up to you," it means, you can decide. Memorizing these phrases helps you understand conversations naturally because your brain will recognize the whole block of meaning instantly. Repeat these expressions out loud several times. Say them slowly, then faster, until they feel natural in your mouth. Use them in your daily speaking or writing practice. For example, when someone asks how you are, answer, "I've been busy lately," instead of just, "Fine." By using complete phrases, you make your speech smoother, and you also train your brain to recognize them faster when you hear them. The third step is to connect listening with real situations. Understanding English is easier when you can imagine the context. If you listen to English only in lessons, your brain does not connect it to real life. So start listening in everyday situations. You can listen while cooking, cleaning, or walking. When you connect English with daily activities, your brain starts to treat it like a normal part of life, not just a school subject. You can also use shadowing, a powerful listening exercise. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and repeat it immediately, almost at the same time as the speaker. You copy their pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. It may feel strange at first, but it forces your brain to process sound quickly. Choose short videos or podcasts with clear pronunciation, play 1 or 2 sentences, and repeat them several times. With practice, your brain learns to catch words at natural speed, and your mouth learns how real English feels when spoken. Another useful method is to watch shows or listen to podcasts without subtitles, at least once. Then watch again with subtitles, check the meaning, and finally listen again without them. This 3-step listening builds your confidence and teaches your brain to understand faster each time. The fourth step is to build patience and consistency. Understanding real English does not happen overnight. You cannot listen once and expect to catch every word. Even native speakers sometimes miss things. The key is to practice a little every day, not a lot once a week. 10 minutes daily is better than 2 hours once in a while. You also need to trust the process. Sometimes you will feel like you are not improving, but your brain is learning silently. Every time you listen, even if you do not understand everything, your brain is recognizing sounds, building connections, and improving slowly. This hidden learning becomes visible after a few weeks, when suddenly you start catching phrases that used to sound impossible. Let's imagine how these 4 steps changed Sarah's life. When she started, she could not follow native speakers easily. English movies sounded too fast, and she needed subtitles for everything. She began listening to short clips from her favorite TV shows every day. She repeated the same scene many times. At first, she caught only a few words. But after a week, she understood almost all of it. Then she started collecting phrases. She wrote them in a notebook, not single words, but full expressions. She practiced saying them while walking to class or cooking at home. She even talked to herself in English using those phrases. Over time, she could understand real conversations much faster. Next, she connected English with her daily routine. She listened to English podcasts while preparing breakfast, or news reports while traveling. The language became part of her day, not something separate from life. And finally, she was patient. She did not give up when it felt hard. After a few months, she realized she could understand English speakers without translating in her head. That was the real change. Listening had become natural. You can do the same. You do not need to live in an English-speaking country or spend money on expensive courses. You just need to listen daily, focus on phrases, connect English to your life, and stay patient. If you follow these steps consistently, your brain will adapt automatically. Let's review everything together clearly. Step 1. Train your ears by listening every day, not just reading. Focus on sound and rhythm. Step 2. Learn and repeat phrases instead of individual words. Step 3. Connect English to real-life situations and use shadowing practice to improve speed. Step 4. Stay patient, consistent, and trust the process. When you follow these 4 steps, you will notice that English becomes easier to understand everywhere, in movies, podcasts, songs, and conversations. You will start hearing patterns that you never noticed before. You will no longer panic when someone speaks quickly, because your brain will already know what to expect. Many learners think that understanding English requires special talent, but it does not. It requires daily contact with the language and smart habits. The more you expose yourself to English, the faster your listening ability grows. Remember, learning a language is like learning to swim. You cannot learn swimming by reading a book about water, you have to get into the water. The same is true for English. You must surround yourself with sound, rhythm, and real-life use. From today, choose one small activity you can do every day. Maybe listen to a short English story before bed. Maybe repeat one phrase you learned during your commute. Small habits build big results. If you keep going, one day you will realize that English no longer feels foreign. You will understand people naturally, without effort, without translation, and without fear. That is the moment you will know, you are not just learning English anymore, you are living it.